Hey, this is Ryan with Hukill Hukill Plumbing. We're installing what's called a simple pump. It's a hand pump for a deep well set. And so what we do, there's already an electric pump down inside this well. What we do from here, we slide this down right next to it. I'm just going to kind of go through the process of it, putting everything together, sliding this in. This one is going to be set at, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 90 feet. So this is going to be set at 90 feet deep that you'll be able to use a hand pump on this. So if you lose power, you will have water with a hand pump. And this actually can build up to 50 to 60 pounds of pressure and pump uphill by hand into a holding tank. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start sliding this pump down inside. This is a special well cap that's built for this hand pump to slide into. And so I'm going to set the initial pump down inside with this first two sets of drop pipe that I've already connected together. What this does, it goes right, let's get it in there. This will slide, and we're sliding this right down beside the existing drop pipe. And so we put a smaller pitless adapter on this pump, the deep well pump, the electric pump, so this can slide right down next to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep sliding this in. And what we have is this goes right on it to hold it for us once we slide this down inside so it won't fall inside. Okay, what we have here is the push and pull rod that's inside of each drop pipe. What we do with it, we actually take it out and we put Loctite on the threads. So over, when you start pumping, the movement of everything, it doesn't come loose on you, and then you have to take everything back out again. So what we do, just thread it on. You notice I have flat-jawed Knipex pliers and a Crescent wrench. These have flat spots on them, so we aren't rounding everything off with channel locks or pliers. What you do, once you get it onto it, you're going to get it snug and then just set it. Give it a good pull to snug it up. Here's what we do. Take Teflon tape, and we only do about 2, 3, 4 max on these threads. And then once we thread it in, we only thread it up 5/8 of an inch, which leaves us about 3 threads at the top. And that's so we get the proper distance when we're all done for the throw of the hand pump at the top. And so as you can see, this stuff's very flexible but very strong. Just slide it on. Now, right here is very critical. Very easy. These threads will go in about 2 to 3 turns without any effort at all. If it doesn't do that, stop immediately and start over again, because you can cross thread PVC so easily, especially if you have too much pipe dope. So what we're going to do here, we're going to tighten this down. And you can tighten this if you got a good grip, nice and snug so it won't come loose. Then you lift, pull this up, slide this back on. This is what keeps your pipe from you losing your pipe down your well. Very important you have this on there. And you'll get, sometimes your cup links will hit the other cup links on the electric pump drop pipe. And then just set it there, and we're going to perform the same procedure again all the way up to this point. Once we're going to go ahead and drop these in, and once we get these in, I'll show you the final phase of setting up and putting on the hand pump on top of the wellhead. And one thing you got to remember with the rods, these are the pump rods right here. Push, pull, pump, pull, up, down rods. These are the guides. These have to be put at every single joint, and they drop right inside the cup link. Don't forget those, otherwise your pump rod will get all kinds of flex in it all the way down. So do not forget to put those guides in. So what we're going to do here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and attach the pump and drop the last bit of pipe in. This last little bit of, that's going to only be about 18 inches or so. And then we will show you how we put the pump handle together. But one of the main things is Don't forget those guides. I've forgotten them before and had to pull every single one of them out and put them in again. Easy to forget. One thing that we need to remember too before you install your drop pipe is there's one drop pipe that's marked with red and it says top drop pipe. And you're gonna look down it, it says Hukill. There's a little tiny, about a 1/16 of an inch hole drilled in the side of this. And that's so when you're done pumping, the water will drain out of the top of your pump down back into the wellhead so nothing freezes. And it gives a little air gap in there. And so when you start pumping again, you have to pump a few pumps in order to get water back up there again. But that's so your pump does not freeze. Look for that Hukill. Make sure it is the last pipe you put in. Okay, we're at the last stage of it. We've got all the drop pipe in. This is now the top guide, where the main rod slides through at the top, where the handle hooks onto. We're going to put that all the way through here, get it lined up. It's got to slide. It's got guides on the inside, so you got to make sure you get all those guides lined up. It's going to come right up through this rubber seal at the top. Then you're going to thread it right onto this stainless steel nipple right at the bottom, a little short nipple. Everything. We'll get it snugged up here real quick. Just use a couple pairs of channel locks. Make sure you always have your channel locks in the right direction. Otherwise you're gonna be fighting yourself. So we got that. Now what we do here now is we're gonna lift this up and we're gonna pull our stopper out. And then this is actually gonna seat right in this top piece here, this billet aluminum piece. And everything sits right inside and stops. And then we tighten this down. We'll actually snug this together and we'll put our handle on in just a minute. Once you get it set, this is going to slide all the way down. That'll sit, and it's got an O-ring in it that tightens that up. Then we're going to take an Allen wrench. I've already tightened these up that hold it to the well cap seal. We're going to take an Allen wrench, tighten this up, which squeezes against this. And what I've done here, I'm turning it so my pipe here can have a pipe coming out this way. Don't turn the hole that's here, the outlet pipe, over where your electrical is. Turn it away from it. And so now I'm going to snug this up, and then we're going to mount the handle to it. Mount it with the hole up. Like in everything, be patient. Everything should thread in almost all the way, hand tight, and then you'll snug them down. Don't try to force it. Nice and snug. And you want to give it a little bit of pressure to it. You'll feel it, and then go, as soon as it cinches down, just go just a little bit tighter. You'll feel it snug up. Now, we're going to thread our handle onto the top. Got to remember these are left-hand threads, not right-hand threads, on the top. There we go. And right here is where we're going to put in some little bronze washers and our pin to hold this on here. There we go. All right, everything is together. Now every time one stroke with this only pumps about 4.5 ounces of water. We have a long ways to go with this, so I'll pump it for a little bit here. And once we get some water coming up, in just a second here, I'm going to put the nipple on it here real quick. A 90, just male threads, female thread 90 on it. So you can actually put a hose connection on it. Teflon tape on it. Okay, we're getting close. Been pumping here, pumped about 54 times for 100 feet of pipe in order to get the water up here. Hey, look at that. We now have water. And that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get this, we got a little bit of air probably in it still. And here in a few, you get all the air out. Look at that. Hand pump water right there, people. This is out of 100 feet down. We're getting water. This is for emergency water use, or even if you're off the grid, you can actually fill a small water holding tank with this. So this pump is not meant for volume. This is for deep well set. So this just pumps little bits of water at a time from a long distance down. Very nice. Water is ice cold though. It's probably about 50 degrees. Very good. Isn't that beautiful?